our channel, that is AI Next Generation. So in this particular video we are going to see about the PyTorch, the basic about the PyTorch. In this particular series we will see how the PyTorch we are going to use in the case of images, in the case of data, and what are basically the PyTorch. So I will just upload the series of the videos in this particular on the topic of the PyTorch. But this particular video is only the basics, you know, about the basic of the PyTorch. If you don't have any zero level knowledge of the PyTorch, so you can just start from this particular video. Okay, so basically why we are going to use PyTorch. So in deep learning there are two type of mainly famous library nowadays. One comes the one that is the TensorFlow, that is used on top of the Keras, and the second is the PyTorch we are going to see today now. So what the main difference between the PyTorch and TensorFlow is? So TensorFlow you can just consider as a high level API, that is user friendly API, but PyTorch is basically the low level API. But the plus point of the PyTorch is that you can just use many tuning part you can just do in the PyTorch. Okay, for debugging part it's really better as compared to the TensorFlow. So you have some merits, you have some demerits of the PyTorch, also you have some merits and demerits of the TensorFlow also. So it's nowadays you can just think, if you are really know about the oops concept, you are really advanced in the Python concept, so you can directly go to the PyTorch. Okay, so if you are coming from the machine learning background, like machine learning you have completed SVM, KNN and all sort of things, and you want to shift again in the deep learning, so for that you can just start the TensorFlow. Okay, but in that particular it does not make any sense. You should learn PyTorch, or either you should learn the TensorFlow, but you should stick only the one particular deep learning library. So it's not that PyTorch is really fast as compared to the TensorFlow. The speed is almost for the PyTorch and TensorFlow is same. Even the, if you'll say the PyTorch will give you the more accuracy as compared to the TensorFlow, it's not like that. Its accuracy will be almost similar. Okay, so the basic difference is that their path is different, but their goal is the same. Okay, so in this particular video we will see of the PyTorch, who want to who are more interested in the particular PyTorch in the deep learning library, and why PyTorch is widely used. Now you can just compare within last year or 2 years. So PyTorch is really highly growing deep learning library as compared to the TensorFlow. Okay, so you can just, because PyTorch is really looking you can just say that it's it's a low level API, and where you can just do so many debuggings. Okay, you can just do works on the low level, you can just build your own class, your own data set, custom data set. Okay, so you can just do lots of things with the help of PyTorch. So particular video we are going to see the basics about the PyTorch. So what the first thing is that why Python? So basically Python based scientific computational library, that is the PyTorch, is based on the Python, it's advanced Python. Okay, so whenever you are comparing with the NumPy, either you can just create everything with the NumPy, you can create a neural network, artificial neural network with the help of NumPy, but in that case they are not using GPU. You have to use something GPU to speed up your speed. Okay, so why we are using GPU as compared to the CPU? So NumPy they works only on CPU, but whenever you want to build something that works on the GPU, that is the PyTorch. Facebook they develop their deep learning library, that is the PyTorch. Okay, so that is the replacement of the NumPy. So that particular NumPy you are just using the GPU, they are called as a tensor. Okay, that is PyTorch. Okay, so basically you can compare whenever you are just training a, suppose 50,000 or 60,000 total images for the training period, and you are using CPU, it will take hardly, it will take 6 hours or 7 hours to train that particular model. Okay, but whenever you are using GPU in that, it hardly takes 5 you can just take 30 minutes or 30 to 1 hour, hardly it will take. Okay, so that is the power of GPU. So you are just decreasing the training time. Okay, that is the plus point you are getting. Also you are just seeing some accuracy. Okay, and metric multiplication is really fast as in the GPU as compared to the CPU. Okay, so that's why it's in replacement of the NumPy. Okay, and the second thing is that it is really fast. Already I have just said to you, it's like flexibility, and it's really fast as compared to the CPU. And whenever you are comparing with the NumPy, so NumPy only works with the CPU, and whenever you want to work something works in the GPU form, then you have to move to the PyTorch. Okay, so that was the basic concept of the PyTorch. Then we will just jump to the coding part. In that we will compare with the NumPy. Okay, so how you have doing the coding in the NumPy? Okay, so same way we can just do the coding in this particular PyTorch. Okay, so I will just write you how to import this basically PyTorch library. So you can just directly write import torch. Okay, so if you have not downloaded this particular torch, okay, what you can just do, you can go to their official website PyTorch, and then after it will be there. Okay, you can just directly download from that particular website. This is the website and it will just show you somewhere. This is the website. Okay, so basically if you are using the CPU, if you are using the GPU, you should download the GPU version. Okay, so what here you can just go for, if you are using Conda, so what you can just do, so is the for I'm just using the Mac OS, so it does not support the CUDA, so I have only the CPU. So whenever your system has the GPU configuration, what you can just write, what you have to select Linux, Mac or Windows. Okay, so if you are selecting Windows, then after you are selecting, you are just downloading from the Conda Anaconda environment or simply command prompt. Okay, you can just select this one, that's a really the same, and here you have to just copy this particular command. Okay, so you have to copy this command and you have to paste in the Conda, okay, Anaconda prompt, or whether if you are going for the pip, then you have to just write for this. Okay, this you have to just paste in the command prompt. Okay, CMT. So this is really how you can just download, it will just download the GPU version. Okay, so if you want to download only the CPU version, you can just write this one. Okay, so it's depend upon you, your system, you have to check whether your system supports the GPU or your system does not have the GPU. Okay, so you can just download from here. So now let's move to the forward. How to import this particular PyTorch? You have to just write import torch. That's it. Okay. You have this particular is a PyTorch library where it will just import this particular torch. Okay. Then after that, what you have to just write, if I will just say you the basics of the PyTorch. Okay. So as compared to the NumPy. Okay. So in NumPy we are just calling as a array. Matrix we are calling as a array, but in particular PyTorch we will call as a tensor. Okay. So this thing I can just write so it will not make you doubts. Okay, so what I was speaking about this, in PyTorch what you are just saying, in PyTorch you are going to say in PyTorch the matrix. Okay, the matrix or the array. Okay, matrix and the array we are just saying that are called as a tensor. Okay, as tensor. So this particular PyTorch, basically in the matrix or the array in the PyTorch they are called as a tensor, but in the case in the NumPy you are calling as a array or matrix. Okay, that is really simple. So this thing, and how to even you can just report NumPy so that we can just compare that thing in the parallel. So it will be like really easy for you, so that if you are from the NumPy a particular background, you know that NumPy, if you are just learning the deep link, I think you should know the NumPy and pandas concept. If you don't know, then I will just keep the link in this video description. You can just read from that particular website. Already I've just written about the NumPy. Okay, so what you can just write here, import NumPy as np. Now if I'm going to say whether if I want to say, you have to create an array. Okay, NumPy array you have to create. How you are just creating in the NumPy, you are just writing now, you are just writing, suppose np dot array, I'm just taking a variable, and you are just writing np dot, what you are just writing, np dot array, what you are just writing in this particular NumPy array to create a matrices of 2 dimension, like 1 2 3. Again you have to pass everything in the list, and then after the second thing what you have to pass 4 5 6. Okay, again you have to pass in the list. Okay, so you can just create, this is the NumPy array you have just created. Okay, this is how you are just creating in the NumPy, but how you have to create this particular thing in the tensor PyTorch. Okay, the similar way you can just control, already I have just said you, in the NumPy you are calling as a np.array, but in particular PyTorch you will call as a tensor. Okay, you will call as a array or matrix as a tensor. Okay, that particular thing works on the GPU. So what we can just do, what you can just do, you can just write the basic concept, that is if you want to create the particular, if you want to see the shape also, you can just do the shape, or no need to for this shape. Now you have to create the tensor. Okay, so how you will just create the tensor, you can just write tensor. Okay, tensor. Okay, and here what you have to write, torch dot tensor. Okay, you have to write torch dot tensor, and then after you have to pass this particular, and here you have to pass this particular array. Okay, which particular array, already you know that you can just pass within the two list. Okay, you already have the array 1 comma 2 comma 3, and then after the second array we have created 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, now you want to see this particular tensor. Okay, how it looks, so it will give you as a See, this is how it, by default their data type is the float data type for particular tensor. So this is the particular tensor. You are just creating the tensor, you are just creating the array, okay, in the NumPy, and the PyTorch you are getting as a tensor. So I don't think so you will have doubt in the basic concept. The shape of both will be the really similar, okay. So like shape, if you are going for the shape, it has 2 rows and 3 columns. It has also 2 rows and the 3 column, okay. So that was the really easy case. Even if you want to see the numpy ones or numpy zeros, okay, so what you can just write here, if I'm just saying you have to write torch ones, you are just getting the ones matrix, okay, ones matrix or tensor, you can just say. And in pens once you can just write the tensor, we are already sticking with the same thing, okay. So how you are going to use in the numpy array, you know that how you are just getting the ones matrix, you are just writing np dot ones and you are just passing the parameter, that's it, you are just using the this. So this how you are just getting this particular numpy. The similar way you have to create in the tensor. What you will just write here in the torch, you will just write here torch dot ones, okay. You can just write torch dot ones, and then after that you will pass the parameter 2 comma 3, okay. That's how you will pass. So this how it will return the same. You can just do the initialize. This particular we are using for the zeros or ones for the initializing of that particular whenever you are going for the use of RNN or CNN. I will just come up this thing in the later topic. The here you have to just understand the basics about this, okay. So I don't think so you have doubt till now in there. So the next thing what we can just do, so if you are just creating any numpy, okay, so you already have created the numpy. So if you are creating the numpy, but what you want to do, you want to change that particular numpy to a tensor, okay, or you want to change the tensor to back to the numpy, then how you will just use, you can just use the concept, or what I can just write the first, what we will just go, we will change from numpy to the tensor, okay, from numpy to tensor. You can just create this one. Then how, what you will just write here, you will just write, you will just create an array, okay. You will create some first numpy array, okay. I'm just creating a numpy array, np dot array, and here I'm just passing in the list this one. I'm just writing the same thing, okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3, and then after you are just creating more list 4 comma 5 comma 6, okay. So you can just hold some in the one more list that you are just creating the 2 dimension, okay. Then this is the particular numpy array you have created, this is the numpy array, but you want to convert this numpy array to a particular torch, okay. Then how you will just convert this particular to a tensor, okay. So for that what you have to use, you have to use the from numpy, okay. So torch dot from numpy will convert your numpy array to a torch tensor, okay. This how you will just convert. How you will just do, I can just write a numpy to torch, okay. I'm just getting the variable. Then what you can just write here, torch dot from numpy, you can just write here from numpy, okay, from numpy, and it will just give you, see, it will just, and here you have to pass this array, okay. You can just pass this particular array and just run this one, okay. So you will see you have converted this particular torch to a numpy to a torch, okay, torch tensor. So this how we can just think, you can just see this particular numpy to torch and run this one, okay. This particular has been converted into tensor. So you are just, how you are just converting from numpy to a tensor, I think it's clear to you. Then again, what you have one more concept, you have to convert from, now you already know that you have converted from numpy to tensor. Now you have to convert from tensor to numpy, back to the numpy again, from tensor to numpy, okay. You can just do the same thing. What you have to just, you already have the numpy to tensor, this is your tensor, okay. Numpy to torch, numpy to torch variable holds the tensor, okay. Now you have to convert this tensor to back to the numpy. Then for that what you can just write here, you can just create one more variable, tensor to numpy, okay. Numpy you can just write here, what you can just do, call this particular numpy to torch, okay, and just write here, you have to just write here numpy, that's it, dot numpy you can just write here, okay. And just see how it has been converted or not, okay. Tensor to numpy, I think they are really easy, okay. So here you are seeing that you are just getting this particular in the array form, here you are getting the tensor form, okay. So now it's clear how you have to convert from tensor to numpy or numpy to tensor, okay. So this was the really basic important concept. Now we will jump to the basics maths in the PyTorch, okay. So what basic operation maths in the PyTorch, like we have to just how to add, how to subtract in particular torch, okay. We already have this seen in this particular this thing in the numpy, okay. So it will be like really easy for you. So I think it's like really easy. Then what you can just do, first of all we will see the reshape. Okay, how to do reshape. Okay, how to do reshape of this particular torch. Okay, so first of all create any tensor. Okay, just create any tensor. You can just write anything, and here just write torch. I'm just creating the ones tensor. Okay, so ones tensor like 3 or 4 comma 4 I'm just creating. Okay, this is what I'm just creating. What you have to write after that, you know that you have just created four matrix. You can even see this one. Okay, so if you have it out, you have 4 rows and 4 columns, ones of this how you are just creating ones matrix. Okay, that has 4 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so now what you want to do, resize of this thing, you want to shift this particular to 8 comma 2. Okay, what you can just do, in this particular you have view. Okay, you have view to resize this particular. So in this particular numpy, what you are just using, you are just using the concept of reshape or reshape. But here what you will use in the tensor or PyTorch, you will use the view. Okay, so view is basically used to resize your tensor. What you can just write here, you have to just give that particular thing 2 comma 8. I'm just writing this one. I will show you one thing more about the -1, but again just stick to ones. You have just resized this whole 4 comma 4 into 2 rows and 8 columns. You don't have any doubt, you can just use view to resize the tensor with the help of in this particular PyTorch. But what if I just write -1 comma 8 -1 comma 8? So what it will just write, it will give you the same output. It will give you the 2 rows and 8 columns. Why? Because when, and if I'm just writing 8 comma -1, I'm explaining you first. If I'm just writing 8 comma minus, it will give you 8 rows and 2 columns. Okay, so what does it mean? So -1 in this basically a PyTorch, it is, you are saying that PyTorch to figure out that you know that you have 8 columns, you know that you have 8 columns, you know that you are creating 8 rows, and let PyTorch to figure out how many columns they want to keep. Okay, you are saying that I want 8 rows, that's my fix. Okay, now the -1 basically say that you are saying to PyTorch, okay, to you should look out how many columns you want. Okay, look out by the PyTorch. Okay, the PyTorch. So I don't think so you have doubt in this. These are really simple concept. So then after that we will use the adding subtraction that are really simple. What you can just write, torch dot, not tensor, torch dot, we can just write torch dot add, to add this particular array. What you can just write here, tensor comma tensor. Okay, so you don't have it, you just add this one. This how it has been added. Then again similar, you can just write here torch dot subtracting. You have to do subtract. You can just pass here tensor comma tensor. Okay, just pass the same thing and just run. It will give you the 0 0. Then similar, you can just go for the multiplication. I know they are really easy, I no need to explain this one, but you have to know the basic syntax of this. Okay, and again you can just run multiplication of this, and then after you have one more, that is division of that. Okay, then torch dot div. Okay, the torch dot div, if you are just dividing this particular thing, so how we are just right here, just pass the same thing. You have to just pass the tensor what you have just created comma tensor. Okay, tensor. Okay, so now you'll see you will get this output. And if you want to know the mean of that particular tensor, you can just write torch dot mean. Okay, that's it. It's like similar thing what you're using in the numpy. And if you want to know the standard deviation, then write torch std. Okay, so this how you have to know the standard deviation or numpy or mean of that. Okay, so that's why this is the basic math behind the tensor. What you are going to see, this is the common thing you will going to use. Okay, so now again the one thing more, that is the concept of the variable. Okay, so last, this will be the last of this particular basics of the PyTorch, that is the variable. So variable is what? So variable is basically that accumulates the gradient. Okay, so accumulates the gradient, that holds the gradients. Okay, whenever during the back propagation, what you are just doing, you are just updating the weights, so you are reducing the cost function. Then how you are just reducing this cost function? Okay, so I will just write, first of all I will just write variable. Okay, which accumulates the gradient. Okay, so basically what I am saying, that whenever you are just training a model, so during the forward propagation you are just calculating the loss. Okay, we will see again in the later topic. For now just understand, during the backward propagation what you are just doing, you are just updating the weight and you are just reducing the cost function. Okay, so what you have to hold some, you have to calculate the gradient, so that whole variable, that's whole the gradient. Okay, that's why you are using the variable in this particular PyTorch. Okay, so what we can just do here, you can just how to import this particular, you can just write from torch dot auto grade. Okay, you can just write here or torch dot auto grade, and then after you have to import variable. Just run this one. Okay, this already has been run. What you have to just define some, we can just define any variable. Okay, we are just defining the random variable, that what we have already have just imported this library, and you are just getting torch dot ones. I'm just sticking to ones only. You are creating a one dimension array. Okay, and then after it's like one dimension tensor you are just creating, and then after what you have to write, you have to pass the one more parameter, that is the requires grades. Okay, so what does require grades is means? So require grades is, you are saying that whether you want to differentiate this particular, you want to calculate the gradient of this or not. Okay, you have to pass this true. Okay, by default it is false. Okay, so you are just creating this particular variable and just call this one. Let's see how it look. This is what is the required grades means. You are just calculating the gradient of this particular torch dot ones. Is basically means you are just holding the gradient, that's it. Okay, what you are going to use. Okay, so what you can just do, if you are just doing the differentiating of this particular, okay, suppose you have just so suppose you have the equation of y equal to s square, you can just say, and if the differentiation of that will be what, 2x. Okay, so y square, you have the equation, that is the y power f, so you are just writing y power 2, and after differentiating of this will be the 2y. Okay, this is how it will just differentiate now. So this is basically how you are going to see in this particular variable. So it will holds the gradient, what you are just calculating, what you are just getting after this, it will just hold as particular gradient. Okay, so what we can just do, even we can just create an array, so you will be more clear with that. So I will just create one array, and here you can just pass 2 comma 4. Okay, this I'm just getting random 2 comma 3 or 2 comma 4, you can pass anything. And again we are just creating a tensor. Okay, torch dot tensor, and you are just basically means you are just writing this one array, you are just converting this particular array. You can pass here also, it does not make any sense. Okay, you can just keep this for now. Okay, even you can just hold, no problem. Okay, so now you are just using this one. Now you have to convert this particular into variable. Now I'm just going to step by step. Okay, so you are just writing x. Okay, x contains the variable, that what you can do, you are just saying that required grade equal to true, means you are just calculating the differentiation of this. Okay, derivative of this. Okay, then you have to pass this particular tensor, what you have just created of. Okay, tensor, and then after that you have to say required grades equal to true. Okay, required grade equal to true. Okay, that's true. And then after that what you have to just, you have to write the, this is the x, what variable you are just passing. Then after you have to find the equation. This is your equation, suppose this is your equation, x square. Okay, what already I have said you. So whenever you are writing this one, okay, so if I'm just printing this particular x, then what will be the output? See, if I'm just printing this particular y, sorry, y I'm just printing, so what will be the output? See, so 4 comma 9, you are just passing this particular 2 comma 3 in this equation, and you are getting square of 2 and square of 3. Okay, so then after that what you are just doing, you want to do the differentiation of this. Okay, how you will just do the differentiation? Okay, so you can just do, you already have the x square. Okay, so what you can just do, you can just write the same as it is, o equal to 2x. I'm just writing this really even. What you can just do, if you have some equation, suppose you have some equation, and what you can just write here, you can just create 1 comma 2, and then after you are just going for the particular calculating the sum of that. Okay, you can just write this sum of, and particular y, we are calculating for the sum of this y. Okay, is how you can just go, because this is the equation you are getting na, means x square, and if you are writing this thing into 2x, this will be the approx equal to s square. Okay, so it's basically you are just differentiating s square. Okay, with respect to dy by dx, you are just differentiating, you are just derivating of y with respect to x. Okay, that's what you are just doing. Okay, that what you can just do, you can just use o dot backward. Okay, this is your equation, this is your, suppose this is your gradient equation. Okay, or what you can just think, suppose this is your equation. Okay, this is your, basically this is your equation, y equal to x square. Suppose you are using this particular a loss function, suppose you are using the loss function. Okay, so whenever during the deep learning, what you are doing during the back propagation, you are just updating the weights. For updating the weights, what you are going to use, you have to just, you calculate the gradient, and you are just derivating of loss with respect to that particular weight. Okay, so you have to just change the weight, you have to give with particular weight, and how during the back propagation you have to just change the weight. Okay, so what o dot backward, it is what it is doing, it is just calculating the gradient, that's it, calculates the gradient. Okay, it just calculate the gradient. So I don't think so you will have any doubt in this. Okay, so what you can just do, you can just run. Even you can, I want to print this particular gradient. Okay, you want to see this particular gradient, what you can just write it. Already we have x dot grade. Okay, but this is the automatic grade, it will just calculate. Let's see, this is what was the output. So 2 comma 3, basically that is your gradient. We are just going to calculate gradient tensor. Okay, so this was the really basic concept. So it's basically you will get more clear whenever you will do the coding part. I know it will be like quite like 1% complicated for the variable to understand you, because you have not implemented till now the back propagation. Again, I will do in the this thing in the coming video, so it will be like more clear whenever you will do the real world problem. Okay, so this was the basic concept of the PyTorch, how why we are going for the PyTorch, how it is different from the TensorFlow, how we have downloaded the PyTorch, how to import the PyTorch, and we have just compare with basically with the NumPy. So you are, if you are expert in the NumPy, so it will be like quite easy for you to understand this particular PyTorch. You know how to create the once matrix, two matrix, and then after you know how to convert from TensorFlow to Torch, from NumPy to Tensor, or back to the Tensor to the NumPy. You know, you have done the basics maths about how to add, subtract. I know they are the really basic. And then also you have just gone for the variable that accumulates your gradient. Okay, that's whole your gradient. Okay, that was the really basic concept in the PyTorch. In the next video we will see again that's related to the PyTorch. We will use how we have to know about the data loader, data state, custom data set, how to train the model, how to evaluate the model. So they are really basic. There are really many things in this. So we will see this all thing in the coming video. Hope so. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel. Thank you.